It's really hot and humid, and today I'm going to clean out rabbit cages because flies get bad. Anything around feet and rabbit poop, or poop in general. Ugh. I don't think it's down that low. So these containers for their water get freaking gross, and it gets green junk in there. And it finally gets to where you can't wash it off with the hose. You have to bring it in and wash it with the bottle washer. Which isn't that bad, but just in the freaking heat and humidity, man. It gets nasty. So you want to get that out because you don't want disease growing. Anything that's going to freaking lower their immune systems. Because if you don't already freaking know it, you can look at a chicken or look at a rabbit and it'll freaking die. They're the easiest two farm animals to kill, I'm almost sure. Real quick, the reason I like this cage is because of how easy it is to clean. Like, basically, all you need is this. And you don't even have to take your bunnies out. You can just keep them in there and go on with your bad self. I like these rims around here because they serve as like a splash pad for if, like, you have a male in here and they pee. I like it because this fan blows down and I can put these cooler packs in here. And it almost, if you put your hand in here, it feels like air conditioned. So that helps keep cool air in down on their level. My rabbits are really good at using the litter box, and they only get a few out here, kind of like this, and I kind of spread it a few around myself. And this is their hay pile they've made. But basically with this scraper, all you need to do is kind of scrape it up, throw it in a bucket, and that keeps flies down, and then dump their litter box. But this is my favorite cage. It's got three entry points. You can open either side of these, and then it's a side on top. You can open that side. And it's really easy. Like when you want to do a deep clean, you can take the entire cage part off and spray and bleach the inside of this plastic part. So yeah, I like the way that you can, I can attach my water bottles. Look how clean they are from where I just cleaned them. I can attach my water bottles to the side. And with that fan blowing, and then that, they get plenty of ventilation with the air out here too. The fan blowing helps with ventilation. You can just take something and kind of wipe off the hair here if you want to. This is my favorite cage. Like, 100% recommend this cage. Anybody that buys bunnies from me, I always recommend this cage because it's super good. And if you train your bunny, you could also like leave one of these open and they can hop in and out as they please. We just don't have house bunnies. We have outside bunnies because they have a lot of hair and we have a smaller house and I have 3 kids almost. So we like to keep them outside. But it works out really well. And it's plenty of room. Like, even when she nested, I had her nest box in there. She didn't even use it. She used this and just put them in a corner. So it's pretty natural. I like it. They like it. She, obviously, Elsa the mama rabbit, enjoys this fan a ton. I also recommend, if you keep them outside, to definitely keep some cool air on them because they will overheat fast. So I just got done. I scooped everything out of both cages, so everybody's clean and happy. I haven't put Turbo's litter box back in there yet because I'm letting it soak with some bleach in it for just a little bit, and I'll spray it out with the water hose. Everybody's happy and clean, and you probably can notice that there's already not that many flies over here. It's really important to keep your rabbit cages pretty clean. Like, I try to do this at least once a week, or when it's hot like this more, because if not, you're gonna have flies. And especially in the litter boxes where I just use shavings, but you can use like all kinds of different litters that they have out there that are a little bit more expensive. They'll get down in there and lay their eggs, and you'll have like worms and larvae all up in the bottom of that litter box, and it's just nasty, and it's just a breeding ground for flies. So if you want to keep flies away, it's best to keep your rabbit inside or keep it clean. Even inside's hard this time of year because it's so hot and nasty. And so definitely recommend using some kind of like bleach solution or Lysol. Not when your rabbits are in there, but when you clean your litter box out, take it completely out, spray it out with the water hose, Lysol it real good, or spray it with that bleach spray real good, and keep washing it off till the water runs clear. Maybe scrub it a little bit, before you put your shavings back in there. And then put your shavings in. after it dries good. You want to have it nice and dry because you don't want anything damp and moist this time of year. And moist is a disgusting word, but you don't want it because that's when flies are going to like multiply. So with this cage, that's one reason I like this cage, because I can put their stuff in the corner. I can take my scraper and wherever it went, oh, here it is. I can take my scraper and scrape everything out and keep them in there. But once, like a month or twice a month or more, if I notice that something's getting caked on the bottom or something, I'll take the rabbits out and put them in like the carrier. I have a rabbit carrier. That's really weird. Like when I got rabbits, I went hardcore, okay? Because I was taking them back and forth to work at the school with me. So I'll put them in the carrier, and then I'll take this entire top off, and then I will like Lysol or bleach the entire bottom and scrub and like wash it out with the water hose. So it's like sparkly, brand new clean. Yeah. And that needs to be done, especially in this heat, like once a month, or I would even suggest like once a week, but with me and these kids, it's really hard to do it once a week. So they get like straightened every day, like do a good straightening up if they got a mess, and then do a good throw out all the litter once a week, and then every other week to every month, you know, do a big deep clean. And that keeps the flies at bay and keeps them happy and healthy, because anything that's aggravating them like that is going to be like lower their immune system, and it's real freaking easy to kill a rabbit. Super easy. Turbo's cage is just like a dog crate basically. He likes it. I let him out and he runs some, but because he'll come back. But he does pretty well. The only thing is I like this cage better because it's got these lips on the side. This has got good ventilation from the top. Excuse him, he's shedding. That's why he looks a little rough. So that he's got his fan from the top, but if he had the sides, he would get better air down there and it would stay, especially when I put his little cool packs and his, you know, frozen water bottles in there. So he usually keeps his litter box over to the side, but he's really bad about dumping his litter everywhere. So I end up having to take this whole bottom tray out and just dumping it and spraying it out good. But every rabbit's different. They're doing very well. Like my little bunnies are doing very good. They especially like those cooler packs because they like to sit on them. I haven't had a problem with them chewing them yet. I definitely take the paper off my water bottles and stuff so they don't chew. But other than that, rabbits aren't that bad. I started with rabbits just because my kid wanted to show in the livestock show. And I was like, well, let's just start with something small, a rabbit. And, you know, then it grew. Oh, my God, now we have goats. So it's almost like, you know, animal crack. Like, you'll be a farmer right after you get a rabbit or a chicken because they're basically the gateway drug to farming. Or having a homestead. What's she eating?
Watermelon.
Frozen watermelon, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, look at her wash her face. Isn't she cute? They like that frozen watermelon, don't they?
This one eats it. Oh.
Helps them stay cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little warm out here, don't you think?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Up there,
So this pile behind me started off with a bunch of old hay that had gotten like molded and rotten in a horse trailer. We used to store some hay in a horse trailer. We have an older one we don't use that much, and but it's compost now. We just throw stuff in the middle of it, and Joe will come back here with the big tractor bucket and like stir it up some. So right now it doesn't look like much, but in a couple of years it'll be like black gold for the garden. So I'm about to show you why you don't want this to stay in your freaking rabbit pen, and it's really gross. So get yourself together because it's about to be on. But this is why, if you look really close, I'm gonna get my phone really close to it, and then when I get home I'm gonna probably Lysol the crap out of my phone. This is why you don't want this stuff like close. You can see all the microbial larvae movement. I'm gonna I got my rake with me. I'm about to and this is what I took off today. Look at all this, look. And I mean, I just raked that out of my freaking rabbit pen this morning. And within hours, that's how much I put it in that bucket. And the heat and stuff, that's how much they've thrived. And they were, you know, roly-polying it around this morning, but not like that. That's why you don't want that in your rabbit pen, guys. It's gross.